Mallorca is home to some truly epic climbs, routes and breathtaking scenery. In fact, I call it Cycling Island just because it's that good.
We've been in Mallorca for 1 month and here are our top 5 climbs which we think you need to incorporate in one of your routes.
In one route?
In one of your routes. Coming in at number 5, we've got Col de Reis, aka Sacalobra.
The big one, the most famous one.
This is the most iconic climb on the island, one everybody wants to do. It's an amazing challenge. It's 9.5 kilometers at 7%. It is breathtaking for its scenery. It's a spectacular road, snaking down the cliff to a nice little port, Sacalobra at the bottom. It's got some cafes down there, but you've got to go down to go back up. So you see what's coming before you go back. Yeah,
there's only one way into this climb, and that is down it. Sacalobra actually starts off a little bit shallower and it kind of eases up until you get into the exposed area. So it's more wooded at the bottom, more exposed at the top, and it does actually get quite hot because the surface of the mountain actually bakes in the sun. So you get quite hot towards the top, don't you?
Yeah, it's a sunny one, for sure. It comes with 10 hairpin bends, a 360-degree loop at the top and a bridge. That's some of its highlights.
Yeah, the bridge loop is quite cool. But once you've done the bridge loop, do not stop until you get right to the top, to the sign, because then you will get the segment on Strava. Too many people stop early. You can't stop at the loop.
Don't stop at the cafe.
Coming in at number 4 on this list is the big one, the daddy. The judge, the jury and the executioner on the island, Puigmayor. Its official name is Tunnel de Moneba. I don't know how to say that properly, please forgive me. It is 13.9 kilometers and 6.2%. This one is actually a fairly steady gradient for most of it. There's 2 little areas where you go into a decline and then carry on going. The whole thing itself is actually fairly wooded, so you're quite protected for most of it, so you don't tend to overheat on this climb too much.
Yeah, it's got a really good road surface as well, and finishes with a tunnel at the end.
You know when you're getting about halfway, when you reach this awesome like arc bridge that you cycle through. This one's really cool, and you get to see Sawyer the whole time that you're going up it, so you can kind of have a measure of how high you've actually gone.
This is the biggest climb on the island, the most elevation you're going to get.
The only time that you really run into troubles on this mountain is actually at the bottom, where some cars try to overtake you. It's just a bit busier down low than it is higher up. So once you get past the turning for Fornalux, then it's pretty much quiet all the way to the top. Next on our list, we come to number 3, and this climb is called Cura, also more commonly known as Puig Randa. This climb is 4.4 kilometers at 5.6%. It's not the most challenging of climbs, but it's certainly beautiful. The main feature of this climb is actually the monastery at the top. When you get to the top, you cycle past this massive football dome thing, and then you get to this old monastery, and you quite literally have a 360 view of the entire island. It is amazing. You can walk around the whole monastery and you can literally see anything that you want to from this point.
Yeah, this climb is really spectacular for those views. It's well worth the climb. And there is also a more uncommon way of going up it, which we weren't fortunate enough to try, but maybe you will. And it's from the south side with lots of switchbacks, a lot more challenging, and then it joins the main road. So maybe one to look into.
It is recommended that you don't descend that side though, you do descend the main way.
Puig Randa is actually on its own. It's in the middle of the island and you can see it coming for miles. It's quite iconic by its steep edges and its flat top. It's really just a nice scenic one with spectacular views.
Coming in at number 2 on my list is Col den Claret. This is one of the climbs coming from the west going towards Valdemossa. It is 3.7 kilometers long and has an average gradient of 5%. So it's not a crazy difficult climb, but there's things that really stand out to me on this climb. The first thing is the road surface. It is beautifully smooth the whole way up. The second thing is the views from this road. And honestly, like, you're looking out at these big red rocks There's a view down into Palma as you go the whole way up. It's absolutely stunning. And if you really, really want to, it's one of those climbs where you can really push yourself and go fast if you would like to. There's other things, there's swooping turns, there's hairpin bends, there's long straights. It's, to me, this, even though it's not the longest, it's got everything on this climb.
And coming in at number 1, our favourite climb on the island is Col de Familia. This is the gateway to the Tramontana region from Pollenza. It connects Pollenza to Luke, and it is a climb of 7.6 kilometres and 6%. It is quite a steady gradient with a great road surface and again spectacular views.
As a whole, this road is so quiet. You only ever see like 1 or 2 cars going up the whole climb, and you're on there for quite a long time as well, so it's very quiet. The road surface is super smooth again.
Yeah, you pass lots of little cute farms, mountain goats, and there's some really stunning like mountainous scenery.
Well everyone, this has been a top 5 climbs in Mallorca that you must do, and some of these might also feature on one of my future videos coming out, top 5 descents as well, so stick around and see where they come out on that video.
If you've got any other of your favourite climbs that have not featured in our top 5, feel free to put them in the comments below.
This has been Cycling Unboxed. We look forward to seeing you in a future video.